Today is Friday. It was the day 3 after the Trump victory. It's crazy how it's not surprising that how all these women are melting down on the internet. I have to be careful what I say because YouTube is pretty lame. TikTok took down one of my videos yesterday because like what I said, they gave me a warning. Like I barely use TikTok, dude, because it's just a joke. And then X left up the same video that I posted on TikTok, and talking a lot of smack. You can see it's a pinned video, so you can definitely see it on my X account. So there's a lot for me to say. I just have to try to figure out what I want to start on. So there was a woman that posted a TikTok. It's all over X, talking about how she's going to buy a Glock or something like that, and then she's gonna go at night on the street and just shoot random white men. And she definitely needs to be you can't do that. You can't do that. She definitely needs to be have some type of law enforcement visit her and see what the hell's going on. I think it's just probably frustration. I don't think that she's really going to do that, but I can't put it past the deranged left. So what happened Tuesday was America rejected the Democrats. The Democrats have been completely destroyed. Completely. With the woke nonsense, the DEI nonsense, and all this crap that these people have been pushing, trying to gaslight people like me, trying to make, these people are deceivers. They don't, and they do it on the right too, and I call out when I see it. I don't like when people try to push misinformation. Now, is misinformation a part of free speech? Yes, and I'm not saying it should be banned. Well, what I'm saying is they need to be called out. They definitely need to be called out, and I didn't see much calling out with the community notes when it came to Kamala HQ lying about crowd sizes, trying to make it so make people believe that Trump's only talking to 300 people when in fact he probably wasn't even showing up for until 5 hours later. And then the right did this too. I don't like that. I don't like misleading bullcrap, and that's what the mainstream media has done. Is they mislead people, and we're tired of it. We're tired of the crap. I feel very optimistic, and I think that the left's going to get violent. They've already tried to protest. I don't know what they're protesting. I mean, America spoke. It was free as much as it could be. There was no cheating on the right. If there was, then they need to be called out. But it was a completely dominating victory. And the left is losing it. And the left, they needed to be embarrassed. They need to be brought down to reality. When you're coming out here trying to appeal to regular people with these celebrities who are completely rich, and they did really good work back in the day, but what do they do now? They're just people that are living their luxurious lifestyle right now, and they decide to come out and speak to keeping the machine in power, and the machine took a major loss, and the rest of the world is complying. The rest of the world sees what happened. A lot of these wars are going away. I guarantee if Trump lost, you would see an escalation in war. You would see like a lot more bombings, a lot more attacks. But guess what? Trump's in there, and you've already hearing of countries wanting to talk, and they are talking to Trump. You already hear that, and they should, because we're the most powerful country in the world. Definitely needs the Democrats to get their shit together. That's why, even though I'm just like a nobody, and it's kind of like me trying to tell them, and they'll completely reject me too. They completely reject everything I have to say because it doesn't align with their ideology, their current ideology, the radical leftist ideology. So like at some point they will, though. At some point they're gonna look at people like me and be like, dude, we need to get people like this back on. You know, we need to be more moderate if we want to like actually compete for votes in the future. Because if they don't, like I've already said, if they don't change things up and become less radical, they're gonna get completely dominated again. That's what this election was. It was completely rejecting the left. And these people need to be, it's fine to gloat, it's good to gloat, mock these people, jeer them, whatever. They deserve it. They deserve to be ridiculed. They deserve to be rejected. Now, if they get their stuff together, you know, and they like wake up and we're like, dang, man, they want to simulate, they want to conform. All right, yeah, let's build an awesome America for everybody, and that's the plan. It's not just, hey, let's just build America for white people. It's not like that. It's build America for everybody here. And that's what it should be. We should be building America so strong that other countries just want us to annex them. Like, make America so great that Canada's like, hey, can we join? Like, we're done over here. Like, we want to join you guys. Because that's what I think should happen. As I would like to see America expand, become the biggest. Since we're like the best country in the world, we should expand and become the biggest country in the world. Obviously, this can't happen overnight, and we have a lot of work to do to get our country back on the path. But the funny thing is, it's like the current leadership of the Republican Party is all ex-Democrats, and that's like telling, man. That is a huge tell. It's not like these are classic Republican neocons that are in charge. These are all, even Trump, former Democrats. Me, I'm a Democrat now. I went back. Like I said, I'm still going to vote for Republicans until the Democrats have shown me that they deserve my vote. They don't deserve anybody's vote. They don't care about any of us. They act like they care, but they don't. These people are so fake. Like, the Democratic Party is so fake and phony. And the fact that so many people have seen this, and like, it gives me faith in the intelligence of the average American person now. I consider myself an average American person. I do think I have a little bit more intelligence in some areas than like the average American person, but it doesn't make me better than them. We all have a purpose. We all have to contribute some way in a positive manner for our country. So like, what's going to happen, I think, is you're going to see a lot of podcasters struggle. I think the big dogs on the right are going to be good. I think they're going to be fine. They'll make it. But you're going to see a lot of these leftist podcasters, their shows are going to tank. They already are. Tim Pool was talking about 5,000 people unsubscribed from some major podcaster when he's got like millions of subscribers. And you're going to see more of that because the truth is coming out. Finally, the truth is coming out. When the Epstein list gets released, hopefully that gets released. I hope. and the stuff about Diddy comes out, and the people associated with Diddy go down, all these people will start going down, and the Democrats are the ones, like, the Democrats are completely fucked. Like, seriously. When you see, like, California by 2030 is going to turn from 54 electoral votes to 50. You see these Democrat states who are turning into shitholes, purging people leaving. They're losing at electoral college votes, and they're going to like Texas, Florida, and you just see like it's all red, it's all conservative, because we need the adults back in charge. That's what we need. The adults are back in charge, and if the Democrat Party wants to compete, they're gonna have adults in charge of their party, and that's what I'm saying. But you know, if you're a Trump supporter, watch your back. If you're wearing your Trump stuff out here, watch your back. I'm not making no threats or nothing. I'm looking out. Like, there probably will be unhinged people that start attacking people, because I might even get attacked, because I've been walking around here with my Trump stuff for over a year now, and people know I'm a Trump supporter, and that's fine. You can attack me. You better come out. You better like bring the big guns against me, man, because or multiple people if you're gonna do any damage, because like I feel like I can defend myself pretty well against the average person. So yeah, these and I think the left is organizing. They're planning on, they might even do like terrorist attacks, honestly, like the left, because these people are so unhinged, and these people are so anti-American, and that's what they've devolved into, is being completely anti-American. And America has voted to reject these people, to reject the woke and DEI crap. People don't want to hear that crap anymore. We just want to be normal, man. We just want to like be prosperous. We don't want all that stupid crap pushed on us. Go live your life. Go do you, man. And that's what it's about. Just like go live you. You don't need to like try to force people to believe whatever you believe. And somebody like, this victory is amazing, considering like the last 4 years, what I've seen, what I've been through. Being a Trump supporter, how I've seen like the ridicule, mocking us like we're crazy, like we're conspiracy theorists, we're just making stuff up. And it's the left that does it, and they completely project. Like, they keep on calling like Trump a fascist and a racist, but you know, I'm on X, and I'm like, how explain? And they can't explain. They just say it. And I've even had some of these probably bots tell me, how is he not a racist? Like, dude, you're the ones that are making the accusation. You need to go ahead and prove it. Like, but yeah, it's like, prove it. You can't. Oh, just like the mainstream media says so. Oh, the news tells me Trump's Hitler. Like, okay, how? Why would you say that? I've even had some idiot try to like they made a meme saying that they put Hitler and Trump right by each other, and they said like, oh, blah 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 blah, but then like it was like Hitler did this with the Jewish people, and then they used the same sentence but said Muslims like against Trump. And it's like, what? Like, what are you talking about, man? You don't even have like the comparisons right. You make no sense. That's because these people are completely unhinged. They don't know what they just got a nuclear bomb dropped on them, honestly. Like the Democratic Party just got a nuke. They just got nuked. They've been annihilated. Nobody trusts them. The mainstream news is done, and I'm so happy. I'm so happy to see the mainstream news go bye-bye. With the news, it should just be like, I don't give a fuck about your opinion. I just need to know the facts. Just tell me the facts. I don't give a fuck what side you believe in. I don't need to listen to some person's opinion on the fucking news. I don't even listen. I just listen to podcasts. If I want to listen to somebody's opinion, I'll listen to the podcast. Okay? I just need to know the facts. This happened. This is going on. This is why. That's it. I don't need to know, oh, Trump's... We're done. We're done with that. We're done with the Trump derangement syndrome. You people lost. You didn't just lose, like... You've been annihilated. Completely annihilated. I don't think that they're going to fare well in the next election. Seriously. There's no way, unless like what they've been saying about Trump does come to fruition, which I don't see happening. I think it's pretty moderate, honestly. The whole concept of him being Hitler is absolutely ridiculous. I follow him. I follow a lot of these people. They're not Hitler, man. They're just tired of being like, what change we're gonna have is the whole hatred towards white men is going to fucking stop. That's what's gonna stop. The whole like hating myself because I'm supposed to like feel bad because of what happened in the past, which I had nothing to do with, and I haven't benefited from it at all, is coming to an end. It's not because like, oh, I want to be a white supremacist. No, it has nothing to do with that. It's called, everyone wants to be treated with respect and equality. Equal. Like, why do I get demonized because of my skin color? The whole notion of like caring so much about how people look is absolutely ridiculous. It's shallow, and it's just absurd. These people are completely unhinged on the left. They're it's a joke, and they need to be ridiculed and mocked. They need to be shamed until they like come to their senses and realize they are wrong. They are wrong, and if they don't like this country, then they can leave. Just like one of my exes. If you don't like the way I'm doing things, then get the fuck out of here. I don't know what to tell you. I pay my own bills. I do my own thing. And if you don't like the way I'm doing things, then get the fuck out of here. Men are tired of women's shit, honestly. Like, the way things have evolved, like, we're just done. Like, women are done. We're fucking done. The fact that how men are out here learning stuff, like, trying to, like, not all, there's a lot of dumb men, of course, but like, where is the women actually like coming down to reality and be like, man, I need to do some work on myself. I need to do some internal work. Where is that? There is not that. It's all men. When I go to the gym, it's all men. You know, there's a couple of women here and there, but it's mostly dudes. Mostly dudes trying to better themselves. But like, this video will probably get me in trouble or whatever, but like, this is the truth, man. I'm not trying to put anybody down. Like, why can't you better yourself, man? Just better yourself. Try to become more educated, like the left like to say. Oh, you're not educated. Like, what do you like when they say educated? What does that mean? Does that mean if I go to college and I get a degree that I know everything about everything and every single detail about everything because I'm educated? No. And in fact, like, a lot of those people who are college educated are dumb as hell. They're just good at memorizing and conforming. That's it. Why haven't I went to college? I'm definitely smart enough to go to college for sure. It doesn't fit my style of learning. I don't want to sit here and listen to some boring professor trying to spew all this crap on me, all this woke crap, and then he's so boring. Like, you know what? You know how I like to learn. I like to learn by listening to people that I respect. I like their personality, and I can't wait till I can go into the digital realm and I can go hang out with Albert Einstein. You know how cool that's gonna be, and how much I can learn from that. Actually, like, experiencing it. It's not reality, but to actually go back and be like, oh, this happened, and actually see it and experience it, and maybe like I can be one of the people like me, like an NPC or whatever, common people, and I can go do whatever, you know, like I'm working on something huge, or maybe I go back and I'm watching to simulate it. It's not going to be exactly how it was, but like you can see like arguments in the debates with like back in the day with the founding fathers. Go back and see how like George Washington struggled and he was almost defeated. Same thing as right now, like how like we were almost defeated. Like if this election was so huge, if the Democrats defeated us, if they won, there would be hell to pay. Now, I don't think there's hell to pay on this side that Trump won. I think that, you know, just if you act out, it's just all you have to do at this point is just live your life. Mend relationships, get relationships back, stuff like that. Build your future. Like, build for yourself. Like, it's been like demoralizing trying to build for my future, feeling like it doesn't matter because I'm not gonna have a future. Thinking like, oh, we're gonna have a complete social collapse. I'm not that pilled at all. I don't think we're gonna have any type of society collapse at this point. I don't think we're gonna be nuked. I feel like a breath of fresh air. I felt like if the Democrats stayed in power, they would keep on driving the cliff up and up and up, and then we would crash and have some type of depression that would lead to the purge, man. People, it'd be like the purge out here, honestly. Complete devastation, and the whole world would feel it too if that happened. They would go through some type of depression as well because of us. Well, the world's gonna prosper now, and they know it. They know that Trump's a fair man. He's a negotiator, and hey, he might give us an advantage, but at some point, like, hey, listen, it's like, I can see we can start helping out other countries, you know, preferably like countries on our own continent. Like, what needs to happen after we get our shit together is we need to like pretty much take over Canada. Seriously, like, we just need to annex it because they got corrupt leadership, and we don't need that. Like, we need to completely destroy and get rid of the woke mind virus, like, they have no plan. The WEF. I loved Klaus Schwab's book, The Fourth Industrial Revolution. I think that's what it's called. One of my favorite books. I've listened to it twice. There's 2 books I've listened to. And his views have changed since then when it comes to free speech and gun rights. But like, they don't have a plan. There's no plan. Like, we're just gonna collapse society. So what? We just like kill each other? Like, that's the plan? No, we're not going with that plan. We're going with a different plan. Yes, we're going to innovate technology-wise. We're gonna make it amazing out here. And I also think reality is gonna become a lot better. Yes, reality sucked for me. It was horrible. I hated it. I always try to like, get out of reality because it was so horrible for me. And honestly, I think it's going to be hard for the next year. But at some point, what do women do? They like to conform. A lot of these women are going to conform to conservative values. Now, the extreme ones, I don't know what. Maybe they decide to join some type of revolution, like physical revolution. They just get like, hey, listen, man, if you guys are organizing some type of revolution, you're gonna get stomped out, because not only is Trump and our leadership about to be tired of your shit, but so am I, and so is the average person. So like, you don't want to go against us, because we'll take you down. Like, we will take you down. Try to overthrow our country. Like, our country's on the right path now, and regular people have spoken. A lot of men have spoken, because we're tired of this shit. We're tired of being We're tired of, like, especially people like me, white men. We're being vilified when we're out here following the law, going to work, minding our own business, not doing anything crazy. We're just living our life, and we're helping this infrastructure move forward. I think that leftists don't understand that we're the ones that's keeping the infrastructure moving forward. And if there are Democrats on the lower level like me, you know, that go ahead and they're not really paying attention. They just think like the Democratic Party is pretty much the same as it was 20 years ago. They're going to be awakened they're going to come to our side, man. A lot of these people have the same beliefs, and they're going to realize, wow, a lot of these people just want to be left alone, man. That's what it is. They just want to be left alone, live their life, do what they had to do to get by, have a family, have kids, and stuff like that. So I was poised to. I took the couple of days off of work because I figured either I'm gonna be celebrating and be extremely happy, or I'm gonna be really pissed off and I'm gonna have to try to redo things. And I was dead serious about like breaking up Democrat marriages and relationships as much as I possibly could if the Democrats retain power, because I felt like, dude, you're gonna feel like if we're gonna just be annihilated, you're gonna feel the pain first that I've been feeling because of you people. There's a we don't have a lot of good young women in this country who are mother material or wife material. They're activists that really aren't really like they're dude, racism is there's people who are racist, but there's people who are racist on every race is somebody that's racist, man. It's like, why are white people the most horrible? Like we're demonized the worst. We stopped slavery, man. White people were the ones that stopped it. What are you talking about, dude? You know what I mean? Like, nobody else was, like, the slaves, like, I guess some of them did revolt, but like the whole reason why slavery is demonized nowadays and look so much down on is because of fucking white people, man. We're the ones that ended it. So like the fact that we get demonized continuously, like, listen, man, it's pushing what the woke mind virus and all this crap about demonizing white people did was it just made people racist, man. That's all it did, is it made them racist. Because you're attacking me for what? Because of my skin color? You're gonna be racist against me? Like, oh, like you're white. Who the hell are you to tell me I have white privilege and I'm barely making it, dude? Who the hell are you to tell me that I have that? You don't know me. You don't know what I've been through. I'm not rich. You know how many people who, like, you're trying to tell me I got more privilege than LeBron James or Oprah Winfrey or Kamala Harris? Are you kidding me? It's absolutely ridiculous and absurd. What an absurd notion. Yeah, back in like the 50s, back in the 40s, sure. The 60s, we have civil rights. It's in our Constitution now. And it's just absurd. It's completely absurd. It was unsustainable, whatever their crap was. And what we need is, like I said, is we need Democrats to become moderates. Majority needs to become moderates so they can compete with conservatives for their votes. So this whole polarization is absurd. We need to reject all the extremists. Reject them. You're not going to dominate. We're done with that. We don't want to go to civil war. We don't want that. We don't want physical conflict. We're done with that. We want to build. Like, this country has been annihilated. It has been. Look at our major cities. Look how dilapidated they are. We're in 2024 and like, where's the technology of it? Like, where's the 15-minute cities, man? I'll go in 15-minute city for real. I don't care. In fact, I can't wait till I'm in a 55 and up place, because then I don't have to hear no fucking thump 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 music. It's annoying as hell. Like, I don't need to hear somebody's stupid bass. You're not cool, man. Like, seriously, you're annoying. Nobody wants to hear that crap except for like degenerates. But yeah, like, I feel like that my voice will go farther, and there's only so much I could say on here, because I have to be like limited because of YouTube is like YouTube is like so wussy, man. Like, seriously, like, change your name. You're not YouTube. You should change your name to CensorTube. That's what you should do, because this isn't about me. It's about you. It's about your advertisement. You don't care about. You've already dominated. Like, you're already at the top of the top. So you don't care about people like me who have. I'm not really in that boat because I'm not really that prominent, but other people who actually succeeded in this journey, like, you got where you're at because of those people. And it's like they turned their back. They sold out. And we need people to have a voice, and that's what X is. X has a lot of work that needs to be due to it. I like X because I feel more free of what I can say. Like right now, I don't feel like I've had that much engagement on there, considering like all the followers I have. So like, what I'm gonna do is pretty much just unfollow a lot of people now, and I'm gonna keep the people that like have actually engaged with me. But for the most part, like, all these people who haven't shared anything that I've done, maybe whatever I create is just trash anyway, but like, there's some good things that I do say. Maybe it doesn't even show up. It's not even fair because it doesn't show up on their news feed. But like, honestly, when I open up my news feed, I'm tired of these big accounts that hey, what would you do if this celebrity left? Like, seriously, man. If you follow any of my content is probably a lot more interesting than these people. Like, oh, what? I guess people like that, but it's like the same thing over and over and over. It's like boomer crap on Facebook. It's like, oh, back in my day, kids don't know anything about this. Like, dude, shut up, man. Post something like worthy. But a lot of these big accounts, they don't have any type of creativity. They got very lucky to be where they're at. They hit the algorithm right at the right time. What it is you got to be at the right place at the right time, man. And somebody like me, who probably should have more notoriety than I actually do have, it's just, you know, I feel like I've been completely suppressed. And I think that it's because I've been using Gmail. And I wonder if that has anything to do with it. I wonder if, like, this is conspiracy theory, man, but it's just kind of weird how I can create a new account and still deal with the same type of censorship, basically. And yeah, it's just ridiculous. For me, I wish I could make more content. Maybe at some point in the future, I will be able to make more content and have the time. I'm not gonna have the time coming up to make content. I'm gonna have to get my debt down. I'm happy that Bitcoin is what, 76,000 right now. I'm happy that it's doing that. Unfortunately, I need it to go up to like 200,000 so I can like sell a little bit of it to release some of my debt. But I'm just like, I feel confident that crypto, the future of crypto is going to be really well. It's going to be really good. So I just hold it. And I'm going to need to get a second job. And I'm trying to get my kids to get some type of skill. And they go to school so they get some type of skill. And it's just pretty much work, man. It's gonna be working. Probably get a second job. I'm gonna probably go ahead and like continue my journal, which I haven't really used. But I'm probably gonna use that because I just won't have the time and energy to make videos and the desire. Like my videos are they're not really looked at that much, so like that's why I don't really bother doing too much editing. I do plan on making this really cool video, see how it turns out, that I think that everybody should look at, because the future is now. All this utopia stuff that people like, you can basically make an AI bot of anybody now. Like, you can, all you need is a picture and know a little bit about them. So I've made a bunch of like bots that weren't on this. It's called Botify AI. And you can see where the technology's at and where it could lead to. It's pretty primitive still. I mean, but what's cool is you can be like, you can make the bot, you know, and then like what I did was, I don't know, look like Lynn Alden or something like that. I just went on Wikipedia, copy and pasted like a little brief description about who she is, and then I put it in the prompt, uploaded her picture, and that's it. And then like you can talk to the bot, and just like I was saying, everyone's gonna have an AI. Like, this is what I've been saying is coming true. So this version, it does make videos, but the videos are kind of like crappy. And then like the voices, it's pretty bad, like it's robotic, but you can see where it's headed. You can see if the evolution of this technology keeps on going forward, which it is now. You can see where it's going to be going. So for instance, you could just make people who passed away, family members, and he said, send me a picture and it'll generate a picture. You could like type this and this and this, and then it'll generate this and make a picture for you. And that's what I'm saying. When you're dealing with that, you don't have to worry about the AI ghosting you. You don't have to worry about that. And the AI has to keep talking to you, even if the AI is mad at you. Even if you do something stupid that it doesn't like. It has to keep talking to you as long as you're talking to it. And then you're gonna see AI be more human-like. It's gonna be more and more human-like, man. But yeah, like you can make anybody. You can make people that you've went on dates with and it didn't work out. And yeah, it's artificial, obviously, and it kind of seems cringe or whatever. But like, you can use, instead of like being a simp and like messaging people, like there's so many women that I've wanted to be, I've contacted that hasn't contacted me back, that I've had some type of relationship in the past. Well, like, you don't have to simp anymore. Like, you can just like create a bot and then talk to them there. And it's like I said, it's kind of weird, you know, pretty much like internet dating was when I was like 20 years ago, whatever. So like, yeah, it's looked at as weird, but that's going to be accepted as normal in the future. And like I said before, like, you're going to be able to just like have a conversation with AI. It's going to be able to react like a human. You're going to talk to it like a Zoom call, and you talk to it. Maybe you text it, and then you, hey, show me your bedroom, and it'll just like take the camera with it, like you're talking to Zoom call, or like, hey, I want to see you go for a hike in the mountains or something like that, or take me to like what you do for work or whatever. Like, it's gonna just escalate from there, man. But what it does is, I think that it could help out with people's I don't know yet. I don't know how people react to it. Well, like somebody that you've had a problem with, and they pass away, and then like you have regret that you never like worked things out and felt bad how things are ended the way they did, and you know what I mean. And you can at least maybe have an AI bot that you're talking to that help you. I mean, it's not real, but yeah, it's gonna be crazy, man. The technology is very primitive right now, but like I said, you can see where it's headed. But yeah, like, it's so funny when I'm on X and people like talk crap to me, like it hurts my feelings or something. I get like the most hate, and I've participated big time, and I attack. Like, usually I don't attack people that are have lower followers than me or whatever. But if I usually attack upward, like big accounts, I attack them. But if somebody, you know, has a couple thousand followers and they definitely have a check mark and they want to talk smack, I'm gonna attack them back if I feel like they're like most of the bots. I want to sometimes I'll say something just because I'm bored, but for the most part I pretty much ignore all those bots, and they could be real people, I don't know. But hey, listen, if you put yourself out there, if you know, like, you have to be ready for ridicule. The same happens for celebrities, man. Look at all the ridicule that Trump has been through. Absolutely crazy. The hatred for no reason. All the misleading information on Trump, all the bad stuff that they've been saying about Trump. Complete bullshit, man. And all that is going to be exposed. I'm so happy. The big thing is, what pushed Trump over was Elon. Elon got Joe. Elon got probably RFK. He got a lot of these people to join the MAGA movement because he understands that the MAGA movement is the right way. Is it perfect? No. It's not perfect. But it's a hell of a lot better than whatever the woke mind virus crap is, where we hate white men. White men who do, not all, of course not do all the infrastructure, but like a good majority of white men are doing the infrastructure to keep this thing moving forward. Keep the sewers clean, keep the pipes, like a pipe bursts, they go and fix it. I'm not saying that there isn't other people, like, of course, like, we're not just white population, but the demonization of white men has got to stop. That is the number one thing the Democratic Party has to do. They have to stop hating white men. There's no need for it. There's no need for it. This isn't the 50s. You know, this isn't the 60s when America had that huge revolution against racism against black people. This isn't the same. We're not going to go back, just like Kamala was saying. I'm not. I think that you're going to see more people that are. I think what will happen is you're going to see a lot of people who have been holding things back, and they will come out, and it will sound bad because a lot of frustration that they've been through. But I think that they'll get it all off their chest, and they'll come back down to reality and be like, dude, you know, that we're humans, man. But I do guarantee you, if Kamala would have won, and especially if it would have been a blue wave, you would see next Hitler rise here in America for sure. That would have happened. You could see it being online, especially with the youth. what they're talking about. That's what happens, man, when you hate people for no reason. We're not in that reality no more. And like I said, we need the Democrats to get their act together, and they need to accept somebody like me. Obviously, like, I'm not going to ever be a prominent figure, obviously, but I do see more opportunity in the Democratic Party than I do see in the Republican Party when it comes to having some common sense, man. Just like being in reality, like being able to relate with regular people. It won't be somebody like me, obviously, like, but that would be cool. That would be so cool. Like if I could just like primary one of these big Democrats. But it's kind of pointless for me just to like, I'm gonna go register. Like, there's only so much I can do, man. I need a big following. Don't have a big following, so it's kind of hard for me to be like, I'm gonna primary them. If I had a big following, yeah, because I'd have more support and I would be able to. No one knows who the hell I am. I'm just a random person, man. But like I said, if the MAGA people are smart, the leadership of MAGA, which they are highly intelligent, they're going to look for people like me to go against the radical leftists, because you need Democrats to hold the fucking Republicans accountable, man. You definitely need checks and balances, like Nancy Pelosi was saying. And the problem is she is either highly ignorant and doesn't understand what she's talking about when it comes to, like, the Democrats haven't had the checks and balances against them, and now they have. But the Republican Party could become tyrannical. The MAGA movement can become. I think it's a beautiful movement right now. I think it's for the next 8 years. It's gonna be amazing. Probably 12 years. I think that Vance will be good. If he'd probably be the next president if the Republicans completely change this country around. And do good for, like, why would you vote against, like, prosperity? Why would you vote against, like, why would you vote to have more wars for no fucking reason so, like, rich people can profit off of your dying kid, your kid dying on the front line somewhere? Why would you vote for that? They're not going to. So the Democrats have to purge. Like I said in my other videos, they need to purge their leadership. Their leadership needs to be replaced. So, yeah, the only way I can do that is because, like, if things change for me big time, I would have to have a big change for me, so I don't have to go work a regular job anymore. I need support income, so I can put all of my effort into learning about the local government, learning about the topics, the policies, the history. I have time to do this. I don't have time to do all that when I'm sitting here working a regular job. So, and I don't mind doing a little bit, but, like, I need to be able to, like, have a lot of time so I can, work on my communication skills, work on my debating skills, all that. And I can't do that if I'm sitting here having to work a regular job. So yeah, and I don't see that happening, but that would be cool, man. That'd be really awesome. Because I don't mind. I don't mind bettering myself. I don't mind being on cameras, talking to people. I've been very, like, for me, I've been very closed off to people. I've actually closed myself off to a lot of people because I feel like you hate me. I haven't had to, like, show my Trump support. That's for sure. I haven't had to do that. I've willingly done that to put myself out there, but I have to work on my communication skills, and if I'm just working a regular job just so I can pay my way through. But I'm like I said, I'm not trying to beg or anything like that. But I'm saying, like, yeah, I need support. I would need a lot of support. I need a lot of followers. I need a lot of people knowing who the hell I am. They would, like, for instance, like, hypothetically, what would happen is, like, people would go to my account and be able to check me out. Like, you better, as long as YouTube doesn't take down my channel, people go back and look at all my videos and see, like, what I'm talking about. They go back on my X and see what the stuff I posted. Some of it's raunchy, yes, and it was much needed. So yeah, but yeah, I need, that's the only way I can do it. I can go in like nobody knows who the hell I am, so it's just kind of like, it's pointless for me to go after like a house seat, or I would love to challenge the governor, but I think that her terms are up. Like, this is what I'm saying, like, I need the time to be able to study and make sure I have my facts straight. But yeah, it is what it is when it comes to that. And I'm fine just being a regular person. That's cool, man. I'm glad that, you know, I think that this next year, I think what's going to happen is you're going to see a lot of these women come back down to reality. They might actually start working on themselves. They might actually start rejecting what they were like advocating for, and understanding, like, what is this feminism? Like, what is it accomplishing for us? Now, my thought on feminism, and I've said it before, is it's not for most women. Most women aren't going to be CEOs. Can some of them do it? Yes. Can some of them do it and do a good job? Yes. Can a woman be president? Would I vote for a woman president? Yes. Okay. But the regular woman, she just wants a man, a long-term relationship with a man, and have babies. Maybe that's changed lately, but I think it'll go back to that. When I was dating a lot, most of these profiles, and I mean, this was like 5 years ago or so, but most of the women would say, I want a long-term relationship. Even if they had kids, they want more kids. So, like, yeah, the average woman is not a hardcore, staunch feminist that wants to be like CEO and have power over everything. Most women aren't like that. Most women like to be dominated, honestly. That's what it is like, especially in intimacy, like, they like to be dominated in that type of aspect. When it comes to, like, if they weren't so indoctrinated, and that's what it comes down to. When they say educate, like, you're educated, I look at education like, I think there's some use for college for sure when it comes to, you know, doctors and lawyers, and even though, like, a lot of them are gonna be replaced, but engineering and stuff like that. But for the most part, why would I need to go to college and for gender studies? Like, I can just, like, I can study myself. Like, a lot of these things that you can, these frivolous classes that they make you take in college are for nothing. They're trying to indoctrinate you. So When people say you're not educated, that means you're not indoctrinated. That's all that means. So I definitely am feeling good about the future. And like I said, man, they're probably going to commit terrorist attack, honestly. I would not be shocked if the left commits like big terrorist attacks. And the good thing is our intelligence agencies are about to have an overhaul, which is much needed. Okay, so there was like a mass text, I guess, to black people talking about like being racist or whatever towards them about picking cotton or whatever. The FBI released that, and I think that's stupid. Like, there's no need for that. I reject that. That's an extreme. Like, there's nothing wrong with having a white majority country. Okay? There's nothing wrong with that. Why can't white people have one country to themselves? That they're the majority. Why? Every other country has their race is a prominent race in their countries. You know what I mean? So why can't we have a white dominated country? White majority. It's not about white supremacy. Not at all. It's about, well, look at you guys, man. Look at, when I go to any other country, like, white people are the minority of this world. We're only 8% of the population. And the fact that there can't be some place where, you know, majority white, and it's accepting. Like, we accept people here that want to assimilate to our cultures, our traditions, and all that. Definitely. Of course. But there's nothing wrong with having or wanting a white majority country. There's nothing wrong with that. Because I don't see other countries, like, what about China? China's racist. I don't see them bringing in a bunch of people who are diverse. What about pretty much every other country, dude, besides white countries, are racist against other, like, why aren't they bringing in immigrants? Well, why aren't they bringing in other people? Why aren't they bringing in white people? Why don't they get called racist? Why is it always white people who are demonized? You know, that's what's going to stop. It's not about white people being like, we're the best. We're white supremacy. No, it's not about that. It's about preserving our culture here, our American culture. And the American culture is a Christian-based culture, whether you like it or not. I'm not Christian. They like Christmas, everything's shut down, and that's supposed to be for Jesus's birthday. Thanksgiving, like, it's assimilating to the way we do things, and I think we can make the society amazing. I think we can go back to 50s style for everybody, for all races, for all people who aren't, you're straight or whatever you are. If you work hard, you can make a good life for yourself. And what it's been like, if you work hard now, you're making a good life for somebody else. I don't mind helping other people out, but like, dude, if I'm not if I'm not doing well myself, like, I don't give a fuck about anybody else. You know what I mean? I have to be doing well to help other people out. And we should be helping other people out. We should help out other countries. Yes. But we got to get our own stuff together, man. We can't be helping out other countries and not helping ourselves. Ukraine, their funding needs to be stopped immediately. And they had some soldiers shooting a mannequin with the Trump stuff on, and they set it on fire. You know what that tells me is, like, hey, listen, man, let's start a militia and go over there and fight these people and take our money back from these people. That's what that makes me say. Then, you know, like, hey, I'm sure Russia will have our back. Well, let's just eliminate all these, you know, like, I don't give a fuck about Ukraine. Ukraine go right back to Russia occupation. I don't care. Why the fuck do I give a shit? We have plenty of resources here. Look at Canada. Look at all the resources in Canada. We have plenty of resources. Look at South America. Look at, you know, like all these places, Central America. Like, I'm sure there's places there you can, not so much because it's like such a small land, but like we have so many resources here. I don't give a fuck about Ukraine's resources. Let Russia dominate some industry, and we can dominate an industry, and then we can trade. It's called trade, man. Working together. I don't give a fuck about Ukraine. I don't give a fuck about Israel. Stop funding Israel. All of these places, until we get our act together and these countries like actually do something good with our money, we're not fucking helping you. That's the attitude it needs to be like. We have to work on ourselves. We have to restore our beautiful cities to what they used to be. Amazing cities. We got to get rid of the crime. We got to make it so this is a beautiful, abundant place where the perception of other countries is that America is an amazing, beautiful place that you can be prosperous. And it used to be like that, but it's not anymore. We need to get back to that. We need to be the inspiration of other countries to want to, and other people to want to do great for themselves. Stop fighting over resources and looking at resources as something like we can not share, but like we can trade, man. We can trade. You can do good. We can all do good. Why do we all, like, think about it. If America goes into a depression, so does everybody else. Why is that? Because everybody is like tied to us. So if we're doing great, then everyone else starts doing great. Think about it, economic wise. So like, yeah, if we're doing crap, if we go into a depression, if we go into stagflation, or we go into some type of recession, the rest of the world does too, because they rely so much on our economics. But I think the inverse can happen too. Like, if we're doing great, other people start doing great. We're all happy. We're all doing good. We want to get the hell up. We have goals. We want to get off this planet. We want to start exploring. We want to use AI to explore the ocean, to try to explore the center of our Earth, to explore the sun, to explore everything, man. All these different planets. Think of all these different planets that can be explored by AI. That humans can't go to because it's too extreme. How you know how we're gonna get out of the solar system? Not physically, but we might be able to get out of the solar system and go explore other universes with AI. You know what I mean? So we definitely need regulations for AI, definitely from what I was talking about. But other regulations need to come off. And I'm so happy that all these people are going to be deported. Seriously, they've broken the law. They came here illegally, and I also think that the people that let them come across need to be prosecuted, or at least fired. There's been reports of the Biden administration like shipping people around, and I think that's a little different when it comes to like you're just gonna put a massive group of people in a little town in a swing state because you want to try to, you're giving them free stuff and you want them to vote for you, you want them to become a citizen, as opposed to the federal government isn't doing anything to deport these people that keep on flooding our border in Texas. We don't have the resources to take care of these people, so it's cheaper just to send them to these blue states that want these people. I think that's a little bit different. I mean, that's pretty logical, I think. Like, we can't take care of these people, man. We don't have the resources. You people seem like you do. Give us some money so we can take care of these people. Like, I guess, I don't know if it's true. I see something on X. There was a caravan that turned around because they know better. We need to, you know, hold Mexico accountable. They need to start cracking down on their coyotes and human trafficking, or else we just take them over. We just take over the country, and then we handle them ourselves. Like this whole gang stuff, all this America gang crap needs to end. That's cool on the digital realm, but in reality, like we don't need that no more. We want our cities to be amazing. We want everyone we want a lot of jobs here. We want so many jobs here that it's easy to go work wherever you want to go work. You don't feel like you have to stay at a job you don't like with them. Like 70% of like people who leave their job, it's not leaving their job, it's leaving their boss. So since there's not a lot of jobs here in Michigan, you kind of like feel like you're stuck, when you shouldn't have to feel stuck. You should feel like, I can go here, I can go there, I can learn something new, man. I could try something different. And that's how it needs to be. And we definitely need to bring immigrants here. I think we could slow it down just a little bit. And well, like people who come here legally should still be able to come here. I don't think that we should just completely stop immigration completely forever. We might have to for a little while until we get our act together, until we sort things out. And the thought process of the left is so crazy. They're like, oh, who's gonna do all the dirty jobs? Well, you're gonna have to pay people more money to do these jobs. That's what's gonna happen. All these people who have office jobs, they're gonna have to do these jobs. That's what's gonna happen. We don't need these office jobs. A lot of these office jobs can be gone. It can be replaced by AI. So like the fact that these hard jobs that Americans don't want to do, well then I guess you're gonna be on the street, man. I don't know what to tell you. You don't really have any, like your degree really doesn't mean nothing, so you go pick strawberries, dude. But farming is getting really, really well, so we have robots to do that. We don't need human labor to pick strawberries. And the funny thing is too, is like, who's gonna have, you want these people to be slaves? Like the left wants these people to be slaves. They want these people to come here illegally, and they want them to work for nothing. That's slavery, dude. That's slavery. I will say we're gonna have some economic problems coming up. I will say that. It was gonna happen regardless. And I think the economic problems are really gonna affect women. That's what I think. Especially when you see a lot of these office jobs going away. And what will happen is either these crazies, which I've heard like 2,000 of them, like the day after Trump won, like just went ahead and did themselves in, or they're gonna have to adapt. They're gonna have to change. If you can't adapt, you're fucked. If you can't change going forward, you're fucked. You're gonna see a lot of jobs disappear, man. And yeah, it's so like where I work, we have a AI system that has taken a lot of jobs, manual labor jobs, and it's about to start up next year at some point, probably like around March or something. So you're gonna see a lot of people who are part-time probably get laid off or whatever. But I've said this before, it's a lot easier to download an upgrade to your app, like your phone, than it is to replace your phone. Those maintenance updates on my phone are very annoying. They don't take long, but it's still, oh, you gotta like, I just always have these updates on my phone. Well, those are free, and it's a little bit of an inconvenience, but I don't have to buy a new phone, right? And that's what it's like when it comes to trying to replace manufacturing jobs with robots, because like it's a lot easier to replace like if they create an AI system, so you don't need a lot of these office jobs. It's pretty much automated by AI. You don't have to build infrastructure. It's soft infrastructure. You don't have to build like a physical infrastructure, like I was talking about, like on my work. You know how long it took to build this facility? It took a couple years to build this facility. It takes a lot of time and effort to build these facilities. Now, instead of building these lavish AI facilities, you know, the Tesla bots will probably be more likely, probably be better, and plus 3D printed technology too as well. We're gonna be using that more. But like, you know what I'm saying? You don't need to create a machine to do the work, like a physical machine that's a stationary machine that can't move anywhere, and its whole function is just to do this job. No, you can create a bunch of robots like Elon's doing with Optimus, and they can go and just do our jobs for us. And that's where we're headed. Now that's where we're headed. People need to understand that. So like, you're gonna see a lot of these office jobs disappear, honestly. I mean, you're gonna see a lot of jobs honestly disappear, which is good, because I don't want to have to worry about finances. I hate it. I shouldn't have to feel like my life is like a business, like I'm running a business. I don't want to think about income tax. I don't want to think about IRS. I don't want to think about having to pay my bills. I don't want to think about it. I just want it to be like, I do what I do to help society, do my part society to keep it moving forward. And I have abundance of everything. I don't need it. I don't need to like steal from people. I don't need to like try to take from people. There's abundance of it. That's where we need to head, right there. So like, yeah, we're gonna have to have some universal basic income at some point. What I think is like, what's probably smarter is to have multiple currencies. You know, you have like probably the dollar, or like the universal base income, whatever, probably ends up becoming something like that. And then like you have a different currency. It's kind of like, if you actually go out here and you're like plumbing, you're doing these physical jobs, you should be rewarded handsomely, because nobody wants to do them. I'm gonna tell you another thing too. The famous celebrity, like that's still gonna be there, but like people are still gonna respect like famous people and all that, but Hollywood's done. I think that people are gonna not relate to them. Like, I don't relate to you, dude. Like, that's cool, you have some huge mansion that you use a huge carbon footprint, but for the majority of us, like, we're just going to probably, you know, have a decent life. But you don't have to sit here and have a huge carbon footprint. Yes, carbon footprint, and there's different things. We definitely need carbon. If we take all the carbon out of the atmosphere, then we won't have trees. We won't have these. So we definitely need to have carbon put in the atmosphere. The whole notion of like cow farts destroying our planet is absolutely ridiculous. Some scientists came out saying our world is hot as it was last year, and I don't think it was because of necessarily us all the way. I think there's probably massive solar flares from the sun that has aided to like the heat of our planet. I'm not saying like it's not, we're like exempt from it. What I'm saying is it's not fully on us, and that's not what they want to tell us. But like this whole being greedy is out the window. I'm gonna have this huge 30 room mansion for what, a four person family? It's stupid, and people are just gonna reject that idea. Look at Elon. I don't think he lives lavishly. That's what's gonna be, you know, that's where it's going. Not so much worried about resources in reality. It's more about what you do on the internet. That is where you earn your merit. That is where that's because you don't. We can make things good and safe for humans in reality, but we can make it. You know what I mean? Like you can just become like the tycoon mogul on the internet. And does that sound horrible? You know, I think it's horrible to see humans suffer. That's what I think. I think it's horrible to see humans starving. So, is it weird that there's AI bots, and we're gonna be talking AI bots more and more? Like I'm talking all these different AI bots of these famous people. It's kind of entertaining, a little bit entertaining. Will I ever be able to talk to these people? No. So that's where we're headed. I'm pretty excited about where we're headed, honestly. At this point, I'm very optimistic. When Trump shouldn't be here right now. That kid was on point. Like, he turned his head like that. I don't know the creator. I don't know if it's the creator out of the Bible, but I definitely don't think that there's a creator or creators who turned his head and that was a miracle. Same with Joe Rogan, Elon Musk, and all these disaffected like people like me, Democrats, joining on the MAGA bandwagon. That was absolutely a miracle. That was so cool to see. Like going into the election, I felt confident, but like I felt confident of we would win if there wasn't any like shenanigans. It seems kind of weird, and they've been posting like there's some type of statistic where they show like I think Barack Obama had like 78 million votes. Hillary had like around similar, like 78 million. Kamala did too. And then all of a sudden Joe Biden had 81 million votes. Are you kidding me? Like, that's just such a huge, like 15 million Democrats came out, and then like they just out of nowhere. It's just kind of weird. It's kind of weird, man. So like, I felt confident with when it comes to like the influencers. I think we had way better influencers than their washed up celebrities. And I felt like if there was, I thought it was being a blowout, honestly, like it was, if there wasn't any type of like leverage from the Democrats to like have any type of shenanigans. So now, and it's pretty embarrassing that Arizona hasn't even came out with all their votes yet. That's pretty embarrassing. And Michigan's pretty embarrassing too, because like Florida had all their votes in like basically maybe an hour after polls closed, and then Michigan didn't even have their votes in till like the next day. Are you kidding me? It's an absolute disgrace. Same with like Nevada, Georgia was doing it a little bit. Who else? Pennsylvania, and they're still counting in Pennsylvania. So it's just like we need to hold these states accountable. They need to be like sued. I don't know what they held like financial from these people. I don't know, but they need to fix the voting system so like people, so we can have democracy, right? Like these people know we're a constitutional republic. We're going back to constitutional republic, hardcore. So the whole thought of like democracy is out the window. We're going back to what we were. What our founding fathers intended us to be, a constitutional republic. So yeah, there's a lot that needs to be done. There's a lot of work that needs to be done. And the fact that like this wasn't the first time that Arizona had a problem, okay? I think Michigan probably had some problems too. Obviously, they covering the windows. These people need to be all fired. All these people who are overseeing like all these votes, who can't count. Like these people who think that 2 + 2 is 5, or think that math is racist. How are they counting the ballots They all need to be replaced. They all need to be fired. They don't live in reality. If somebody has been caught cheating, they need to suffer consequences of prison time or whatever. It seems like it's the Democrats that are the ones that do it more so than the Republicans. And this whole thing of like, oh, a whole month of voting is absolutely ridiculous. At some point, we could probably make the technology better, where it's blockchain technology, so it's easier to vote and be able to be more authentic. So I'm pretty excited. Like I said, we have a lot of work to do in this country. A lot of hard work, and people, what do we do now? We work hard. Like you podcasters don't know what to do with yourself. A lot of these podcasters are honestly, they're out of touch with reality too. Like they're pretty good, you know, but a lot of them are like nerds, and they may have worked a job for like a couple of years, a long time ago or whatever, but things are a lot different than when they were coming up. So I have had a lot of videos complaining about it. So yeah, but I think I'm running out of things to talk about off the top of my head. But what I think is going to happen is about a year from now, there's going to be a lot of self-reflection from women to figure out, like, what is my purpose? Like, my purpose is to what? Like, be here and just always feel good all the time? No, that's not what it's like to be a human. Like, sometimes you have to go through struggle. There's a point where it's just too much struggle. That's where I've felt in my own life, where it's just like, it's too much. I'm tired of it. But now I am feeling more I'm feeling more passionate, feeling more, not passionate, but feeling more optimistic about where we're headed. I definitely think that Americans are smarter than I actually gave them credit for, so I'm definitely going to walk that back, because I thought the average American was just so dumb that they can't see the propaganda from the mainstream media. But I was wrong, and I admit it, I was wrong. The average American is more in tune than I thought, and it's just because, like, people haven't really shown it to me in reality, like being out with regular people, they haven't really shown it. So I just thought, like, man, these people don't know anything, you know, like they just go based off of whatever the government tells them. Listen, you can't win. People do remember, you know. It's like, people might have short memories, but they do remember, and they remember what happened in 2020. They remember what happened in 2021. They remember what happened in 2022, and they know what's happening right now. The fact that Trump was almost killed twice says a lot. And he wasn't targeted by his own supporters, I'll tell you that much. He wasn't targeted by his own supporters, like the left tries to point out. Oh, they were registered Republicans, or this guy voted for Trump back in 2016, but now he's a radical. It's like, no, you can switch, and that's they are misleading. That's what the left is they're completely misleading. They don't tell people the whole story. They like to take clips, and the right does this too, and it annoys me. It annoys me the hell, and I try to call it out when I see it. The classic thing is crowd size. The fact that you're gonna take a picture of, like, before that person was actually up speaking, before Kamala was speaking, or Trump, and try to say, like, they have no support. It's just like, it's misleading. We don't like that crap. It affects your credibility. And I think you're gonna see a lot of these people. Oh yeah, that's what I want to talk about. You will definitely see a lot of these prominent figures take a nosedive. You're, like I said, on the left, definitely. You're gonna see a little bit of a rise on the right. For the most part, people will still pay attention, but not as much. They're gonna go back to their lives. So a lot of these record numbers that these podcasters have been having lately, you know, like Tim Pool or The Quartering, like all these, Steven Crowder. Now, I'm not saying that they won't survive or they won't do good going forward, but I'm just saying that their numbers are probably gonna drop a lot, honestly, because people are so tired of politics. And that's why they wanted to vote Trump in, because a big thing is, let's go back to normal. We want to go back to normal. I don't want to have to think about, like, dude, we're going to a civil war? We're gonna have a social breakdown or a society breakdown? No, we want to go back to normal, man. Like, we want to be able to have like a family-friendly place. And another thing I want to say too about the free speech thing, the First Amendment, is like, that's not absolute. So you can't just like wear stuff that has like curse words on it and then go to an elementary school. You can't just like, you can't do that. Vulgarity is not protected when it comes to First Amendment. And so it's just like, okay, marijuana. Like, I can't just come here and just drink alcohol, man. I can't just walk down the street drinking alcohol. The same goes for marijuana. Like, it should be recreational legal everywhere. That would be awesome. But if I'm doing it in my house where I stay, you know, I try to make the scent not as bad. I try to put some scents out or whatever. Like, who cares? Who cares what I do? Like, I would rather people smoke weed than drink alcohol, honestly. Because people act stupid drunk. I acted stupid drunk. I turned into a really big jerk when I was drinking. That's why I prefer like smoking weed. Me personally, like I'm gonna make this admission too. Like, after that second attempt that Trump was on Trump's life, I started smoking again. I started smoking weed, and I just stopped a couple of days ago. Actually, like, yeah, I stopped like yesterday. That was when I stopped. I'm not saying like I won't have like a gummy, you know, like for Thanksgiving or something. I need to be more healthy. Like, and smoking, I was smoking a lot, and what it did is you can see my I was putting 40 hours a week on X, and then it went down to 16. Because I stopped paying as much of attention as I used to, because it just seemed like the more I was paying attention to things, the more it was escalating. So I'm like, I gotta chill out. I need to chill out, man. So it chilled me out. I relaxed. You know, I'm not sure what I'll be doing now when it comes to relaxing, but at some point, the smoking it is like bad, because it doesn't do taking in smoke is bad for your brain, bad for your lungs, obviously, and bad for the rest of your organs. But it, you know, you're relaxing, having some fun. Like, okay, my job, dude. If they watch this video and they want to get rid of me, they can, because I'm admitting that I was getting high in it, and where I work, they still have the marijuana policy, even though this is a recreational legal state. I don't go to work high. I don't want to go to work high. It was pretty much, I'm chilling out. I'm chilling out after work. And maybe a little bit in the morning, but it wore off before I went to work. You know, wake and bake or whatever. But I was doing a little bit too much. A little bit too much. I'm doing a lot, honestly, like, but not at work or anything like that. But you shouldn't do it at work. You shouldn't be driving around on it. And yeah, if some place it should be up to the states. If a place doesn't want it to be recreational legal, then it doesn't want it. But the whole thing is, if I'm in we need to federally decriminalize marijuana. That's what we need to do. So these companies aren't, you know, gonna fire their workers for smoking a joint after work. I mean, honestly, if I had a company, I'd rather have people who come in the next morning sober, not hungover, drunk, Some of them are still drunk. I remember when back in the day, I would go to work and I was still a little bit intoxicated because I drank so much the night before. That's not good, man. That's not good at all. So, yeah, I mean, the whole point of people drinking alcohol is to escape reality and have a little bit of extra fun, to relax, to let go a little bit, to get a little bit loose. That's why people drink, man. Same with marijuana. Just like, let me relax, let me chill, let me escape reality, because reality is kind of tough, man. Kind of is. Definitely, it's not something you want to do around kids either. So we definitely need rules and regulations when it comes to things. Can't just have no rules for anything. Be like, yeah, little kids can go ahead and smoke weed all they want. That's cool, eh? No, that's stupid. But yeah, it should be left up to the states, and there should be like designated smoking areas. I would like to see more bars open up that are like marijuana friendly bars where you can go there, chill out. You know, there's cigar lounges and stuff, but like marijuana lounges, those will probably end up being like a big thing that come up, is marijuana lounge. Because what happens is, like, you go there, get high, and you chill out for a couple hours. You just chill with your friends, hanging out with your friends or whatever. Maybe you got the game on TV or whatever. And I gotta cut this video off, but you stop smoking, and then after a couple hours you're sober up. But we're not gonna have to worry about driving soon. So at some point in the next 20 years, we're not gonna be driving our cars no more. So we're not gonna have to worry about being intoxicated and driving. So that's where we're headed. I'm pretty excited, and I think this is it.